Live from Moore Gymnasium on the campus of Bethune-Cookman University in beautiful downtown Daytona Beach, Florida. It's time for more Southwestern Athletic Conference volleyball action here on the CatEye Network as the Wildcats of Bethune-Cookman look to round out homecoming weekend with a weekend series sweep as they face the Tigers of Grambling State. Hello and a very warm welcome. My name is Michael Tervillo. Happy to have your company. Cheryl Carlson joins me from the broadcast desk here at Moore Gymnasium. Cheryl, Friday night a 3-0 win for the Wildcats. Had to come from behind in that third set to close it out against Arkansas Pine Bluff. A different kind of challenge today against a Grambling State team that is 4-5 in the SWAC and in the middle of that car crash in the middle of the conference trying to fight for those last playoff spots.
Yeah, and this is their first match of the weekend, so that might make a difference. You never know. It could be in their favor, it could not be in their favor. Watching warm-up, I couldn't really tell if it was going to be in their favor or not.
Grambling State has not played since the 21st against Mississippi Valley State, a match they won 3-0, but before that they had lost 3 in a row against Prairie View, Texas Southern, and Jackson State. Grambling State comes in with one of the best offenses in the conference, led by Essence Allen. She sits 5th in the SWAC in kills, and one of the better front lines in the conference as well, with Leticia Correa, their best setter. And we're watching them in warm-up, right? The setting wasn't 100% consistent, but it's going to be better than what we saw from Pine Bluff.
Oh, I think so. You know, that's just warm-up. Game situation is different. Bethune is going to have to put up a big block today, and whether they get the block or they just redirect the ball to their defense is going to be really important.
Something to watch. Niara Hightower needs 3 blocks today to get to 100 on the season for her. She's still well and truly in the lead of the conference, over 20 ahead of the next nearest player. Yeah. And also, if she goes off today and gets 10 blocks, she could hit 300 for her career. So something to keep in mind as well. The Wildcats lead the conference in blocks per set at 2.5. although they only got 3 total on Friday night, as mostly Pine Bluff did themselves in and never got the ball across the net.
Yeah, that's true. And, you know, you can't look at that stat just in and of itself. There was a lot of mistakes made by the other team.
Something also to notice is the service errors for Bethune-Cookman. It's their biggest weakness that we've seen this season. Yes, they got 10 aces yesterday, but they also got 10 errors, which evens out across the whole match.
Yeah, that's something they have to do a better job today against this team. It's going to matter more against this team than it did Friday night.
Grambling State head coach Paige Phillips, her second season at Grambling, came over from North Carolina Central. Almost a completely new team this year. Only 4 players return. One of them, Alyssa Pye, is not playing today, and she was their top libero, their best defensive player a year ago. Let's go down to the court for national anthem and introductions.
Moore Gymnasium for today's Southwestern Athletic Conference volleyball contest between the Grambling State Tigers and your Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. At this time, I ask that you stand as an honor of America with the playing of our national anthem. And now, let's meet today's starting lineup. Grambling State Tigers, we have outside hitter, Essex Allen, number 2. Outside hitter, number 23, Lauren Bourne. Middle blocker, number 1, Renaya Brown. Setter, number 14, Lakeisha Coria. Defensive specialist, number 5, Dylan Hoskins. Outside hitter, 0, Kenya Lucas. The middle blocker, Kanaya Sykes, number 11. The coaches, head coach Paige Phillips, assisted by Paige Shaw. And now, your Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Starting at middle blocker, senior 6'2", Nayara Hightower, number 1, from Wichita Falls, Texas. Outside hitter, number 3, Becca Freeman from Houston, Texas. Center, number 4, Alicia Calendar. Defensive specialist, number 5, Cindy Postal, all the way from Chicago. Outside hitter, number 7, Elizabeth Phillips, all the way from Minneapolis. Paytel Price, number 12, middle blocker, all the way from Minnesota. And we have outside hitter, Jasmine Robinson, number 18, a senior from Fleming Island, Florida. Head coach, Richard Williams, assisted by Brett Anderson.
Teams on the floor. We're ready to go for the end of our homecoming weekend. It's been a long weekend for us in sports information. Football yesterday, volleyball Friday and today, but ready to bring you this matinee action between the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats and the Grambling State Tigers. The Tigers looking to avenge the last 2 times they've played Bethune-Cookman. The Wildcats have come out on top in the quarterfinals of the playoffs back in 2022, and in this building last year in 2023, where the Wildcats swept aside the Tigers 3 sets to love as part of the SWAC crossover. When you've beaten a team over and over again, like the Wildcats always seem to have against this Grambling State team, does it get in your head a little bit, even though this is a mostly entirely new roster than we've seen the last 2 years?
It does a little bit. You expect to win, but that can be good and bad. It's good if you're playing with confidence and you want to come out and do it again. It can be bad if you're a little overconfident and just expect to win no matter what you do.
And some of that overconfidence, I think, was on display on Friday against Arkansas Pine Bluff. In that 3rd set, the Wildcats were playing a little sloppily, and then Coach Williams called a timeout. And I talked to some of the players last Friday after the game, and she said, man, Coach was laying into us during that timeout, and that was the catalyst to turn it around and eventually win the match.
Yeah, for sure.
This is also the end of Dig Pink weekend here at Bethune-Cookman, supporting breast cancer research. Grambling State in the pink, Bethune-Cookman in the white. Grambling State to serve first. And we are underway. Elizabeth Phillips with the first attack, and she hits it wide.
Now serving number 14, Lakeisha Coria.
Leticia Correa, one of 2 Brazilians on this team to serve. And the Wildcats side right out with CatEye Price.
That was 2 good serve-receive passes in a row. That's a good sign.
And now Elizabeth Phillips, whose big service run closed out the 3rd set on Friday night against Pine Bluff. Down 24-19, the Wildcats rattled off 7 straight to take the match with Phillips at the service line. Popped straight up in the air off the serve receive. Robinson first contact. They go middle attack. Phillips can only push it over. A little bit of a collision in the back row for Grambling, and it's point Wildcats.
Little miscommunication there. 2 players went for the ball, so and one of them was the setter, so there was nobody to take the second ball.
Allen and Correa got tangled up. Allen, first contact that time, right on to Carrera, back set. That one dug out by Phillips on the back row, middle attack, big swing and a block. That's Renaya Brown, the team leader in blocks last year for this Grambling State team. Not as many this year. She is third on the team in blocks currently behind Kenya Sykes. So 2-2. That one's long again, so 2 attack errors by Phillips early in this one.
Yeah, see, it looks like she's getting underneath the ball a little bit. Not keeping that ball in front of her so she can hit it down.
This is Lauren Bourne serving. Graduate transfer from Midwestern State. Robinson, big swing, blocked.
Good coverage.
Robinson again, this time goes off hands. Phillips saves that one in the middle. And then Callender plays it over softly. Far pin, that is out. And the Wildcats tie it at 3. So hitting errors beget hitting errors for both sides at a sloppy opening to this one.
It has been. See if both teams can calm down here a little bit.
Niara Hightower, who struggled at the service line on Friday, no aces, 4 errors, gets the ace that time. We'll call that the reverse jinx.
Yeah, I was going to say, you want to say that again?
Her 15th ace of the season. She's got 25 errors at the line. And that's another error.
Yeah.
Tried to play the exact same shot and overcooked it. So it's 4-4, and Renaya Brown will head to the line. She is the team leader in aces for Grambling State, and that's an error.
Yeah.
So it's early on a Sunday morning. Nobody's quite awake yet.
I guess. I don't know.
And it's 5-4. Bethune-Cookman Nolan Hempel comes in to serve, the freshman out of Atlanta. Hempel, while she did not pick up an ace on Friday, was still instrumental in putting Arkansas Pine Bluff out of system. This time it's an in-system swing for Grambling, but the set was a little behind Brown. Robinson, kaboom, right to the corner.
Nice hit. Good defense to attack that time.
A little bit of a shaky start for Leticia Correa, the setter for Grambling State. That's beautiful.
Nice pass, though.
And it leads to a point. Big swing by the sophomore Kenya Lucas.
That was a tough serve, but they got a really good pass out of that. Got the kill.
BCU leads 6-5. As serving now is the other setter on this team. Correa goes out. Anna Zink comes in, the other Brazilian, alongside Leticia Correa.
And she's a lefty, folks, so just be watching for that.
And an overpass is punished by Kai Williams. 2 Brazilians on this team, but most of the roster is made up from players from the state of Texas. We saw that with Pine Bluff on Friday as well. But Texas, a volleyball hotbed, especially at the youth level. Middle attack is perfect for Kate Hall Price.
Was nice pass. Nice pass, but that was a really nice set.
And now Jasmine Robinson, who dazzled us all with 5 service aces on Friday, takes the line with that bullet serve. And she hits the net.
Just sometimes she has a tendency to just, the toss just isn't high enough, and that's when you see her hit the ball into the tape.
7-7 as both teams struggling early, and there's an ace for Essence Allen, one of the 4 players who returned from last year's team. No, check that. She's a transfer from Texas A&M Commerce.
It's got to be a little more communication there on serve receive. It's a good pass.
AJ Simmons, first contact of the game for her, but it's sent right back over, and Grambling takes a 2-point lead. Allen, mentioned a transfer from Texas A&M Commerce, spent 4 seasons with the Lions, helped them transition from Division II to Division I. Long run for the libero, Poston. Out of system swing, and that is well out of play, and the Wildcats side out.
She got underneath that one.
Riley Davis into serve. That one barely clears the tape.
Yeah. Good defense.
They go across the net. Simmons, a touch. Whoa, kept up very well. Free ball for the Wildcats, though. Robinson, Hempel. Robinson in the middle. Tips it over. Grambling has another attack. And it's another free ball. Well, free only in name. That was a tough dig. Simmons can't get it down. Big setup and a block. There's the
Good
first
block.
for Niara Hightower. Just 2 left to 100 on the season for her.
When I saw how high that set was, I'm like, Bethune-Cookman's going to block this. Well-timed block.
The Wildcats have picked up a little run of their own to tie it at 9. Awkward serve. She got way underneath that
Yes,
one.
she did. When you serve short like that, you have to get a little bit underneath it, but that was just a little bit too much.
Neither team hitting over 100 so far. Wildcats have 3 errors on the service line. Here's an in-system swing for Simmons. It goes over the net and down.
Good job putting that through the block.
Anaya Brown couldn't get her hands across the net. And it's 10-all. I expect this is how the whole match is going to go.
The service errors need to go away.
Yep. Here's Alicia Callender. Was the team leader in service errors coming into the weekend, but Jasmine Robinson took that away from her on Friday. That's a powerful swing. And Grambling takes the lead again. That's Kai Williams, the senior transfer from New Orleans.
Yeah, nice high swing, just went over the block.
Kai Williams, one of the few players that have stuck around Grambling over the offseason. Last 2 years at Grambling, he's averaged 2.1 kills per set. Phillips. And that one really awkward for Grambling. And a dump to the middle. Great diving save by Correa. Free ball as Correa plays it over. Robinson, back row. That's a beautiful
Smart
off-speed
play.
shot.
Yeah. I think that set was a little further or closer to the 3-meter line than she thought it was, and she had to make an adjustment, which she did well.
Really tight to the net. The serve, in fact, goes over, but the Wildcats can only push it back across. Through the block once, off the net, and the Wildcats can't scramble it.
Just a little early on that block that time.
Kenya Lucas picks up the kill. Native of Philadelphia, transfer from Radford, just a sophomore. 12-11 Grambling State here in the first. Mecca Freeman, soft
Smart
touch.
play. That was a smart play.
And unlike Friday, where the Wildcats got most of their points on big swings, this morning they're hitting a lot of off-speed shots. As Niara Hightower gets this one over, almost her second ace
Free ball.
of the day. That's really tight to the net. Robinson claws it over.
Set was a little low.
Good pass. Set's a little behind Robinson, though. Almost nobody covered that one. Mecca Freeman had to take it. And Robinson hits hands and gets the point.
I wasn't sure, so I looked at the lines person.
Yeah.
I couldn't quite, I don't have an angle that I could have seen that
Well,
touch.
the line judge was
right away.
immediately
Yeah.
called it. In-system swing off the tape.
Wow.
And it goes down. A little unlucky there.
Yeah, very unlucky. It could have just as easily come back on Grambling State side.
Kenya Sykes' third kill of the match.
Good pass.
They go back set, and it's blocked.
Yeah. That set was a little bit inside. To see her push it out closer, get it out further by the antenna.
This is a Grambling State team that averages 2 blocks per set. That's 5th in the conference. They already have a couple early on. That one a back row kill from Phillips.
That was a good set.
So we're all tied up at 14 here in set number 1.
Game to 11.
Both teams have raised their hitting percentage to 150. Still not great, but better than negative, which they were both hitting early on in the set. They go inside the block. That time it goes up into the rafters. Dug out by the Grambling libero. That's blocked. And it's out of bounds. Looked like that came off the head of Becca Freeman.
I think it did.
You can already tell Grambling's done their homework. They're hitting around the block. They're hitting over the block.
Yeah.
As Anna Zink with that jumping overhand left-handed serve. Robinson now is on the opposite side. Into the net once, twice, 3 times and over. Robinson can't get it over.
Yeah, she just dropped her shoulder on that one.
Timeout. Bethune-Cookman has 2 straight points for Grambling, has given them a 16-14 lead in set number 1. Football season is in full swing, and the CatEye Network is your home for all the gridiron action this season. Listen live to every game at youtube.com/CatEye Network or locally at 1380 WELE in Daytona Beach. The Cats return to action next Saturday, November 2nd, as they host Grambling State for Senior Day. Catch the call right here on the CatEye Network and 1380 WELE. And make sure you are representing Bethune-Cookman University Athletics to the fullest. Buy the latest BCU gear online at the Bethune-Cookman online store. Go to bcuathletics.com and click on Shop to find the newest BCU clothing and apparel. That's bcuathletics.com and click on Shop. Well, Cheryl, the Wildcats lead in kills 9-7, but they also have 5 attack errors to Grambling State's 3. It's been an even start to the game, but Grambling just edging it.
Yeah. And Bethune-Cookman, just very unusual to see quite this many hitting errors this early into the game.
And when you saw they had 10 in the 3rd set on Friday.
Yeah.
But before that, they were very efficient, hitting in the high 2, low 300s as a team in the first 2 sets.
Yeah.
Hitting just 129 right now. Of course, the 3 service errors has been something that has plagued the Wildcats all season. They're attacking that Grambling libero on the big swing. She's been very good at digging it out. And Grambling in system has been very hard to stop.
Yes.
Another kill for Anna Zink. Three straight points for the Tigers. Nobody attacked that one. And Grambling completely gets that wrong. Kenya Sykes missed it, and the Wildcats side out.
Yeah, the setter just held on to that set a little bit too long. She had to get it to her middle hitter quicker, but that worked out for Bethune.
This will be a free ball here off the serve of Jasmine Robinson. And they are really trusting Elizabeth Phillips with these big swings. Simmons gets it over. Great dig from Davis. And Hopkins responds in kind. Blocked at the net, but Grambling keeps it alive. And again, Kate Tall-Price says absolutely not.
That got the crowd fired up.
Bit of a smaller crowd than we had on Friday night. Of course, it's It's early morning on Sunday
Okay.
after a football game yesterday. So the Wildcats now back down by just one. And a solo block. Cato, Price, and Fuego at the net right now.
That's what Bethune needs.
3 blocks in the last 2 points for Price. Long run for Zink. Free ball again. Middle attack. Cato Price again.
Yeah, you get a few blocks, that gets everybody fired up, changes the energy of the game.
Timeout. Grambling State. The Wildcats have reeled off 4 straight to take an 18-17 lead with Jasmine Robinson at the service line, and they haven't been in system, Grambling State, for this entire run.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, blocks can get teams fired up quickly and can change the momentum of the game. And Bethune's been doing a better job, too, connecting, the setter connecting to the hitters. They struggled there at the beginning of the match.
Nike is the official outfitter of the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Gear up on the newest BCU Nike gear at nike.com/Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. We talk a lot about serving strategy on this show. What have you seen Jasmine Robinson do in this 4-set run? Because she served it pretty much the same way every time.
Yeah, but she's serving, I think she's trying to serve in between players, and that can cause miscommunication, but Grambling State hasn't really been passing the ball badly. It's just that Bethune's been doing a better job blocking the ball.
And she's been going, far side in between the libero and the far back row player.
She's making them have to communicate as to who's going to take that ball.
Once again, Coach Williams taking every second of that timeout in the huddle, whereas Grambling's been on the court for about 30 seconds now. But again, you can take all the time you're given.
That's right.
Robinson goes with a floater
Nice
serve that
indeed.
time. Davis first contact. Robinson, that's a long pass. Phillips has to free ball it over. Oh, the block did not stay on Grambling State's side. Off the inside elbow of A.J. Simmons, and finally Grambling sides out. It's 18 all. And Kai Williams at the service line. Phillips has to get it over, and barely does.
Wow.
Wildcats recover on the dump. Off the ceiling and down. Home court advantage.
Yes, definitely.
And that still wasn't a great first contact.
No.
From Allen. It went backwards. Better dig from Hoskins. Tipped, covered, and sent back over.
That was a smart play.
Heads up play by Allen.
Yeah.
As the Tigers and the Wildcats stay in lockstep. 19 all. Nobody has led by more than 3 in this entire first set. And now the sophomore Dylan Hopkins serves and digs. That's out.
She's not missing it by much, but she's missing it deep.
Yeah, and that's Simmons this time, and we've seen Phillips have the same issues on that far pin. 2019 Grambling. Hoskins, the sophomore from Houston, Texas, spent her freshman year at Texas Tech. Only played in 10 sets last season for the Red Raiders. Miscommunication for the Wildcats. And squeezing it through
right
the
between the block
is Kenya Sykes. And it's 22-19. Check that, 21-19. This has to go. It does. Hempel first contact. Libero set. Poston. Off speed, covered by Zink. Hempel in system, middle attack, long.
No, there was a touch.
All right, so the Wildcats will get it.
I thought there might have been, but again, I had to look at the line judge.
Alicia Callender comes back in to serve, so Hightower picks up that kill off the touch. Wildcats still down by just one. Zink right at the net. Back set, touch back over. And over it goes off the dig from Callender. Off the block. It's a melee at the net, and the Wildcats get the point.
Good hustle on both sides.
And really not much Kai Williams could do with that.
No.
So we're tied again. Callender floats it this time. Hightower covers her own block. And Freeman plays it over, free ball. Back row. Touched by Hightower. Phillips had to wait on it. Wasn't the cleanest of contacts. And a block! Yeah. It's Hightower again.
That was a good block.
99 for the year for Niara Hightower.
That ball was set inside, and she did a really nice job of getting in front of that hitter and then reaching across that net. Nice block.
Elizabeth Phillips will pick up a half a block on that as well. That's in.
That was in, yes.
A beauty.
That was in by at least a foot. I'm surprised she let it go.
Well, and that was Lauren Bourne, I believe, who was back there. Yes, it was. Who just let it go, thinking it was going to be long, and it just dropped into the corner.
It sure did.
Second timeout, Grambling State, with the Wildcats now on a 4-point swing to take a 23-21 lead.
We've seen that before.
Oh, yeah. We saw it on Friday night. And the Wildcats have upped their defense in the last couple of points. They have dropped Grambling State's hitting percentage from 190 to .95.
Yeah. The block has done a much better job of getting in front of Grambling State's hitters and getting across the net with their hands.
For a Wildcat team that only had 3 total blocks last night, they got 5 in the first set. And that's getting back to what this team does well.
Exactly. I think the timing of the team they played Friday night was different. They set the ball faster and lower, and so they never really adjusted to that tempo. They're adjusting to the tempo of Grambling State.
So Alicia Callender, who's on a 4-0 serving run right now. Wildcats 2 away from taking a topsy-turvy set number 1. Sykes, tipped by Hightower. That one's off hands. Big swing by Freeman. And that one is long. Back row attack by Allen. Couldn't find the court. And the Wildcats have set point. Callender. Over the net. Far pin. Touch shot. Dug by Callender. It's Phillips. It's blocked, but covered by Hightower. Robinson back row. Allen first contact. It goes to Sykes. And it's dug well by Callender again. Another back row hit from Robinson. Middle attack. And Grambling State finally sides out after a 5-0 Bethune-Cookman run.
Good defense from both teams. Bethune just needs to get a good pass here, get a good swing.
Yep, so the junior from Brazil, Leticia Correa, back at the service line, and it is in. Now the Wildcats make the same mistake that Grambling just made. And it's 24-23.
Yeah, she went for it, and then she let it go.
Maybe I can only think that Robinson
maybe
called it off.
Yeah.
This time, Wildcats in system looking for the end of the set. It's Phillips. It is good. And the Wildcats win set 1, 25-23. It didn't look like that shot had too much venom on it. It was just placed really well.
It was. No, Grambling State's player went for it, and then she stopped like she thought it was out. So
Yep.
I don't know.
So the Wildcats win the first set 25-23. It was a set riddled with errors from both sides. Wildcats used 5 blocks as the main stat in the set. They hit 137, Grambling State .85. Wildcats 13 kills, Grambling State 12. Grambling State 8 attack errors, Bethune-Cookman 6. Wildcats 3 service errors, Grambling State 1. But crucially, they did not have a service error in the last 10 points of the set.
Right.
Couple of individual numbers from set number 1. Niara Hightower up to 2 total blocks. She needs 1 more to get to 100 on the season. Wildcats led offensively by Elizabeth Phillips, 4 kills on 15 swings. Jasmine Robinson, 3 kills on 11 swings. Hightower, 2 on 4. Grambling State led by Kai Williams, 4 kills on 13 swings, but 3 errors for a .77 hitting percentage for Kai Williams. Kenya Lucas has really been the best and most efficient player for Grambling State. 3 kills on 4 swings, no errors. And Allen also had 3 kills, but also had 3 errors. So I mentioned earlier, like both teams seem like they're not quite awake yet.
It's kind of just, except for towards the end of the game there, it was just sloppy by both sides.
Do you love Bethune-Cookman University sports? Of course you do. Then don't miss Hail Wildcats Radio, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes of all 15 Wildcat sports programs. Hosted by voice of the Wildcats Michael Trillo and featuring the expertise of sports information directors Bryce Wynowski and Brian Harvey. Hail Wildcats Radio delivers unparalleled coverage of your favorite teams. Tune in to 1380 WELE Daytona Beach every Saturday to catch the show live or listen anytime on your favorite podcast platform. So in a first set like that, where it is kind of sloppy on both sides, how do you analyze that? And how do you change it up if you're the coach?
Well, I think she's having a really good conversation with the team right now about, hey, let's go. Let's get rid of these errors. We don't have this match won yet. Let's go. We can't just show up and expect for the other team to let us beat them. So we just got to cut down on a few mental mistakes. Just call the ball sooner.
We're getting ready for set number 2. Wildcats lead 1-0, 25-23 in that first set. Michael Durillo along with Cheryl Carlson, our director Lee, and along with our student-run broadcast crew here on the CatEye Network. Appreciate your company on this Sunday afternoon, rounding out a busy homecoming week here at Bethune-Cookman. What a great day yesterday, homecoming day. They had the parade in the morning, the football game in the afternoon, 10,000 people out at the football game, probably more than that in the parking lot, enjoying the festivities, the festival, the food. But there's some serious competition going on the floor here at Moore Gym, an important competition. The Wildcats need this win today to stay a half game ahead of Jackson State for second place in the conference. And that second place, all important because it means you avoid Florida A&M until the finals when you get to the tournament.
Absolutely.
The Wildcats' last homestand, it will be can't-miss television because they'll get Florida A&M and Jackson State with Mississippi Valley sandwiched in the middle. So the top 3 teams all playing each other on the last weekend of the season.
Wow. Good serve.
Diving, and failing to get it over are the Wildcats.
Little lack of communication there. Both players went for that tip.
So just like in set 1, Grambling State starts on top in set 2, 1-0. Correa still at the line. She's been their better server in this game. That one's really tight to the net. But Hightower makes it work.
That was a smart play. She had a double block up against her. She did a good job getting that ball over the net and to that spot.
When they commit 2 to the net, it means that there's a space open behind it.
Yep.
That's a really awkward first contact and ends at a free ball for the Wildcats. Phillips tips it perfectly.
Yeah, that was a smart play. That libero's playing pretty deep on her because she knows she can hit line and hard. She was just kind of camped on that, so a tip worked really well.
That's Dylan Hoskins, as I mentioned, that transfer from Texas Tech. And that's in the net.
Just a low, that
Low
toss
toss.
is just so low.
Yeah. And on the libero Dylan Hoskins, I do my background research on all these players, and I often like to look up what other sports they played growing up. Not often do I see swimming.
Yeah, you don't usually see that for volleyball players.
But the former swimmer is playing libero today for Grambling State. That's a great dump.
Yes, it was. There are two players there, but they both kind of stopped at the last second because they didn't want to run into each other.
Yeah. But yeah, the most common I run into are track and field and basketball.
Yeah.
With the highest crossover with
sure.
volleyball. Sometimes I get softball as well. Here's Hightower.
Yeah, that's out. She got underneath it.
Yep. And I'm surprised sometimes that they do not more aggressively sub for Hightower when she goes to serve. That's
That
a big
was
swing.
nice. There was a nice big hole in that block.
Mecca Freeman with the kill that time, my apologies. And the Wildcats mixing it up here early in set 2. They've gone with some off speed and some power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, give her the ball.
The ball retriever on the far side was not paying attention. We are now back underway. Nola Hempel to serve. Straight up in the air towards that near pin. Pushed across by Sykes. And Robinson lets it rip.
Nice.
You cannot, she couldn't have walked over there and placed it any better than that.
The good thing, though, too, even though if it had been out, there was a touch on the block.
Float serve right to the net, and the setter tucks it over. Overpass, blocked by Robinson. And squeezing it through is A.J. Simmons. The Wildcats offense has woken up.
Yeah.
As they lead 6-3.
Yeah, in that first game, that would have been an error. Much better job.
This slow float serve from Nola Hempel always makes me nervous that it's not going to go over the net. Good shot by Sykes that time.
Using that net a little bit. Set was a little low, but she got it over.
Grambling State sides out. Zink, the transfer from Siena up in upstate New York. But she finds the climate in Louisiana a lot more pleasant than upstate New York.
Well, in the winter.
Oh!
Nice save.
Nola Hempel with the hero save. I thought that was going to be an overpass.
Nice job setting that ball.
I say it every week, and I'm going to say it again. Nola Hempel, true freshman, has been trusted with the second setter position on this team. Slide attack, tipped at the net. A little bit behind Elizabeth Phillips. She does get it over. Off hands, nice cover by Hempel. Freeman, or Simmons rather, can't get it over. Dumped, but the Wildcats win the point, double contact.
Oh yeah, okay. I couldn't see it, so good.
Yeah, and remember that the new rule this year.
Can't double hit and it go over.
Robinson, long.
Yeah, I could tell as soon as it left her hand that was going out.
Already 6 service errors for the Wildcats in this match.
Yeah, that ball never went over.
And Grambling, and the Wildcats were in the net too. So it's 8-6. The Wildcats have cooled after a hot start to this set. They led by as many as 4. And the Tigers give it right back to the Wildcats with their second service error. Low toss for Davis, but it creeps
boy.
over.
Boy, did she get away with that low toss.
Sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good.
Yeah,
And it's not tennis where that would be a let and a reserve.
right. Well, it used to be that would have been the other team's point because it hit the net. You used to not be able to serve and have it touch the net.
Squeezing it through the block, Lauren Bourne, the transfer from Division II Midwestern State in Texas. Over 600 kills in 4 years at Midwestern. Hempel right at the net.
That was a nice pass.
And responded to by Elizabeth Phillips. They're gonna put that play on training videos and show them the youngsters starting the game.
When you have a good pass like that, the middle on the other side has to stay with your middle, and you shoot it outside. You got 1-on-1.
My goodness.
This game-
Seventh service error for the Wildcats.
This game could be over.
Yeah.
I know.
5 of the 8 points for Grambling State in this set
Yep.
on service errors. Awkward first contact, and then Poston got in the way of Robinson. She couldn't get to it, so it's an ace for Leticia Correa. Correa, familiar with this area, played at Daytona State her sophomore year. She's been at a different school every year her college career. That's a nice shot.
That was a nice shot.
Becca Freeman just rolls that off of her elbow, or of her wrist, excuse me. Wildcats still in the lead 12-9 despite their struggles from the service line.
That was a good serve.
Pseudo free ball for the Cats. Middle attack, block, and someone was in that. It's
Yeah,
Grambling State. The Wildcats hitting .234 for the match, 6:15 in the set. And there's an ace.
That was a good serve. That was a nice serve.
Guess who? It's the woman of the moment, Elizabeth Phillips, timeout, Grambling State. My point is, the Wildcats hitting .643
In this game?
in the set,
Yeah.
but 4 service errors.
Yeah.
half the Grambling points we've just given them. And
Exactly.
I'm sure that's what Coach Williams is talking about right now, because they've fixed the offensive issues that they
They
had.
have.
And it all starts with serve receive. I know you talk about it so much. And Riley Davis has been great. Jasmine Robinson on the back row has been great. And something that they've done better today than I saw them on Friday is their coverage off of tips.
Yes. That's been much better. Their serve receive has been consistently good, but those service errors just have to go away.
That's going to kill you in a conference tournament.
Absolutely,
Or,
it is.
in a game against Florida A&M and Jackson State, when you're potentially fighting for a #1 seed next weekend.
Exactly. Oh, especially when you're away, you cannot have service errors.
Yeah.
No.
Wildcats 5 games left on their schedule after this. They'll go to the Alabama schools next weekend at Alabama A&M and Alabama State. You know Alabama State's looking for a bit of revenge after the Wildcats won that 5-setter here earlier in the season. And then they're here for the last 3, Florida A&M, Mississippi Valley State, and Jackson State. So if the Wildcats win 4 of those games, including today, they will finish with a overall record of over 500 for the first time since 2004.
Wow.
And the last time they finished even 500 on the season was they went 16-16 in 2018. And that is a team that barely missed making the NCAA tournament. Hightower got it. That was a really awkward set.
Yeah, it was.
And Renaya Brown had to reach behind her head to even get contact on that ball.
I'd be having a conversation with my setter about her choice of that set.
Oh, that's number 100 on the year for Miara Hightower, by the way. First blocker in the conference to get to 100. Robinson
Smart play.
tips it down the line. And a block, but covered by Bourne. Bourne now plays it over the block. Wildcats scramble at the net and can't get it over.
More miscommunication there in the back row of who was going to take that first ball.
The Wildcats do look more comfortable with Riley Davis back there than Sydney Poston, who's in at libero right now. They've used them about 50-50 this year. Wildcats up by 5, their largest lead of the match. Well, now they're up by 4. Ace for Lauren Byrne.
She's got something in her eye, I think. Asked to come out of the game.
And she is going right to the athletic trainer.
Yeah, I think when they collided there on that, the second to the last play, I think she got poked in the eye a little bit or something.
Back row hit from Phillips. Grambling a chance to attack it. Touched over the block. Off fingertips. Good job in the front by Brown. Blocked, and did that touch a Grambling State player on the way out of bounds?
Yep.
Yes, it did.
Oh, yeah.
It came right down onto the back of Kenya Lucas.
It did.
Nothing you can do about that. And timeout. Unless they're going to review if that touched Lucas on the way out.
Huh, okay. Well, it went right off her back.
I was going to say, it looked to me like it did.
Yeah.
I didn't see Coach Paige Phillips pull the challenge card.
I didn't either.
So I wonder what they're reviewing here. Anyway, we'll get an answer shortly. I mean, what was it, 2 weeks ago when we were stopped for almost 10 minutes because there was a substitution infraction?
Yeah.
That is obviously not what it is now because he's definitely at the monitor, the down ref.
Right. I didn't see her pull the card though. I don't know if I was paying it. I guess they've reached a decision. He's talking to the score table now.
So the play stands. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I've asked someone to find out what they reviewed because I don't know.
Yeah.
So it is a point for the Wildcats, 16-11 here in set number 2.
I've never seen such an undramatic pulling of the flag, though. The card to challenge something.
Yeah.
Usually they make quite a big deal out of it.
Yeah. So they challenge the touch.
Oh, okay. Well, it happened right there, right underneath the stand.
Big swing, and it's in on the line.
That was a nice hit.
Essence Allen, haven't seen her much today. She's their best offensive weapon at almost 300 kills on the year. Robinson can line this one up. And I said it before, I'm going to say it again. If she walked over to that corner and placed the ball down, I think she would have placed it right where it landed.
The line judge on that side of the court is doing a really nice job with that sideline. Dodging the ball, but still staying in place where she can see.
Hempo with that soft floater serve. And that, unfortunately, I think
that time it would have been better if the block hadn't touched the ball.
Hempo was in position to cover, but Price's tip took it away from her. And it's 17-13, Zink back to serve. Zink grew up in Brazil, played youth ball for a couple of professional clubs down there. Solo block, Robinson scrambles it over. First up by Davis. Simmons free ball. Long run for Sykes. And Robinson, this is a scrappy point. Grambling State finally gets back in system and they pick it up with Allen.
Yeah. Block needed to go inside a little bit more. That set was set way inside. Got to adjust the block.
So the Wildcat lead down to 3, as Grambling State has done better these last couple of points. And that's a long hit, and it's long from Phillips.
Yeah.
She kind of had to halt her run up to that one.
Yeah, well, it started with the serve receive pass.
And just like that, what was once 15-10 is now 17-15. And another free ball for Grambling State. Here come the Tigers. That one is hit way out of bounds. Was there a touch? No.
No.
And sometimes when you have that much time to think about it, where you're going to hit the ball, you overthink it. Because Kai Williams could have read a book while that ball was coming down. Williams has another chance at it. This time goes for a tip. Phillips blocked, covered, Price over. Williams responds. Hempel, middle, blocked, covered by Price. Phillips down the line. This one really tight to the net, but a great job by Allen.
That was a nice
She
hit.
has 3 of the last 4 kills for Grambling State.
Nice
And she'll go back to serve. I'm surprised that Coach Williams has not called a timeout during this Grambling State run. Wildcats in system right at the pin. And they'll get it.
Good shot.
AJ Simmons
Just
did a
going
really good job not to touch the net or the antenna
Yeah,
there.
did a good job going high off hands on that one. Good serve.
This time the Wildcats have a chance at it. Robinson hit the net.
Yeah, that never got across the net. That set needed to be just a little bit higher.
And Sydney Poston, after seeing the athletic trainer about maybe getting poked in the eye, returns to the action at libero for the Wildcats. Grambling State down just 2, 19-17. Wildcats have a 1-0 lead in the match, winning the first set 25-23. That's a big swing, but somehow Grambling State pinballs it over. Phillips. Good dig from the back row. All the way by the scores table. Robinson plays it free ball. Tipped over. Here come the Cats. Hempel dumps, covered by Hoskins. And then all sorts of miscommunication on the Grambling State side.
She tried to roll that ball over the block, and it didn't even get to the net barely.
Yeah, Kai Williams, it looked like she almost slipped going up for that because she landed awkwardly.
She did.
And the Wildcats win a wild rally and lead it 20-17. Middle attack, Hightower
nice block.
says no.
Nice block.
You talk about it all the time, when there's only one place you can go with the ball, it always favors the block. Timeout Grambling State.
Yeah, that was a nice block. Hey, her hands almost touched the ball before the hitter's hand touched the ball. That's what a good job she did, getting her hands across that net.
Yeah. BCU Volleyball is back on campus for a critical SWAC matchup as they host Florida A&M. Come catch the Cats live Wednesday, November 8th at 6 p.m. at Moore Gymnasium. Admission is free. Can't make it to the gym? Catch the game live at youtube.com/CatEye Network. Checking in on the SWAC standings right now. Florida A&M 9-0. They're in first place. Bethune-Cookman 2 games back at 8-2. Jackson State 1 half game back of the Wildcats at 7-2. Prairie View 6-3. Alabama State 5-3. Then it's a mess trying to figure out the last 3 teams to get in the tournament. Grambling State and Texas Southern at 4-5. Southern at 3-4. Alabama and A&M at 3-5. And even at 2-7, Mississippi Valley State may have some agency if they win a couple of games down the stretch. Top 8 make the tournament. Arkansas Pine Bluff is 1-9. Alcorn State is 0-7 at the bottom of the conference. But it is anybody's guess who makes those last couple of spots. And I was doing some math earlier, and not that we would like it to go this way, but the Wildcats are mathematically into the SWAC playoffs at this point. They could lose every game and still make it.
Right.
But you would like that not to happen.
Oh no, you want to keep the highest seed that you can. Nice serve.
That was a late call of in, too.
Nice serve.
It looked like...
Well, the thing is, there was no communication between the two players.
Yep.
That ball was served in between, and they both went for that ball.
Allen and Bourne,
Yep.
and it also looked like one of them wanted to leave it, and the other one wanted to play it.
Yeah.
Another great serve, and
Nice
another
serve.
ace! 2 in a row for the Wildcats as they race toward the finish line
All
in the
right.
second set.
All right, let's not serve this one short again. That's that was very close.
2 in a row for Alicia Callender, as she wants that team lead of aces back from Jasmine Robinson,
she
who took it
does.
from her on Friday. Really
Good
wide.
block.
The block is there, but Grambling State covers. Tip to the net by Hightower. Hightower tips it, played up into the rafters. Grambling State hits it from the back row. Robinson first contact. Hightower again. Claws it over and
Nice.
out.
That was a nice set.
This is the most I've seen them set Hightower in the middle in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
They've seen something with that middle blocker where the R just goes up and claws it over them. Float serve again, long run for Hoskins. Another out-of-system shot for Grambling State. Cats trying to close this one out. It's Phillips, and it's
Good
dug
swing.
out.
Nice back
And-
row attack.
Yeah, that was right at the knees of Sydney Poston, and she could not keep it up. So it's 24-18. Wildcats still with a cushion here. But you know how that quickly that can evaporate, as we saw on Friday night, where the Wildcats were down 24-19 and came back to win the set. Well,
Well,
they
that
don't
took
even
care
have
of
to do
that.
anything. Service error ends the set. The Wildcats lead 2-0. 25-18. They won the first one 25-23. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, the Wildcats will try to close this one out in 3 right here on the CatEye Network. Stay up to date with everything Bethune-Cookman Athletics by checking out the Wildcats on social media. Give BCU Athletics a like on Facebook and follow the Wildcats on X and Instagram at BCU_athletics. For the latest on BCU volleyball, follow at BCU Volleyball on X and Instagram. Well, the Wildcats take a 2-0 lead with a set 2 win of 25-18. They had 13 kills to Grambling State's 9 in the set. Only had 3 attack errors in that set and hit 278. Grambling State 9 kills, 5 errors, hit 114. 4 aces, 4 errors from the service line in that set. Obviously, that's the thing that we still need to clear up.
Yeah.
3 blocks as well. Wildcats up to 8 total blocks on the game. Again, getting back to what they do best as a team.
Yes, absolutely. And you could, the connection between the setter and her hitters that game was much better.
Wildcats have woken up after a sleepy start to this contest. Niara Hightower, 2 solo blocks, 4 assists. Half of the Wildcats' 8 blocks right there. On offense, Elizabeth Phillips has been the main attacker. 6 kills on 26 swings, 2 errors, 154 her percentage. Niara Hightower has been excellent. 5 kills on 9 attacks, 1 error, 444 her percentage. Jasmine Robinson has not seen as much of the ball as we are used to. 5 kills on 18 attacks, 2 errors, hitting 167. For Grambling State, Essence Allen has 8 kills on 27 attacks, 3 errors, hitting 185. Kai Williams did not get a kill in that set, still 5 on 18 swings, 5 errors, no hitting percentage for her. And Kenya Lucas, 3 kills on 6 attacks with 1 error. Those are your offensive leaders through 2 sets here at Moore Gymnasium as the Wildcats trying to sweep the Grambling State Tigers here in this building for the 2nd year in a row and make it 3 straight against the Tigers in the last 3 years. Here we go. Set number 3, Grambling State in the pink, Wildcats in the white. And the cover from Aubrey Haxton. First touch of the ball for Niara Hightower. It's a block. They go over it, second contact. Robinson with the save. Played over by Callender. Slide attack. Over the hands and dump to the middle. Dug out by Correa. Here's a swing far side. Wildcats cover. Callender middle attack. Robinson soft. Middle covered by Hoskins. Another shove over. Robinson a diving save. Popped straight up in the air. Simmons over. An incredible first point of the set goes to the Wildcats.
Wow. Yeah.
As that ball was set too far outside for Aubrey Haxton.
I think it came off the ceiling a little bit. Setter couldn't quite control it.
Haxton getting her first appearance of the game. The junior from Argonia, Kansas, the transfer from Division II Western New Mexico. And another hitting error.
Yeah.
Benaya Brown just pushes it into the net.
Yeah, that set was too low.
2 players on this Grambling State team coming over from Western New Mexico. Leticia Correa, the setter, is the other one. So the Wildcats up 2-0 here early in set number 3. First contact for Lauren Bourne. It goes across Haxton. That one dribbles in. It hit the line.
Yeah, that set was low too.
So that'll go down as a block.
Yeah, they blocked it.
That may be the strangest block of Niara Hightower's career, but she'll take it. Again, miscommunication, and the overpass is punished by Robinson.
Yeah, they're not talking at all on the Grambling State side.
4-0. I don't want to say it, but guess who's at the service line? It's Elizabeth Phillips. It seems like every time the Wildcats have needed a big run this weekend, it's come from her at the line. That time, poked through the block. Wildcats keep it alive. Phillips back row attack. Libero set. Goes far side. Big swing. Blocked. They go middle this time, and it is in.
Yeah.
A perfect shot by Allen. Grambling State on the board. It's 4-1 Wildcats. And Lauren Bourne from Cypress, Texas, back to serve. Bourne, the outside hitter, but leads the team in digs. coming into the game, almost 3.5%. Joust lands on Grambling's side. Sliding is Robinson. Attacking is Phillips. And Bourne plays it across. Mecca Freeman off hands.
Nice play.
It seems like Grambling State early in this set are reluctant to swing heavy.
Well, I don't think they've gotten necessarily good sets to take a real swing at. Serve receive hasn't been that good.
Over the tape, Hightower barely avoids another error. That one high off the hands of Price. Back attack. Touched over. And it goes again. Allen off the block. They stay to this near pin. And it squeezes through, and nobody was there to attack it for Grambling. And if you're Lauren Bourne, you're looking at the rest of your teammates like, that was a decent pass. Where are you going?
Right.
And already a timeout by head coach Paige Phillips. It's 6-1 Wildcats here in set 3.
Yeah, there's just no communication, it seems like, on Grambling State's side. The setter called help on that. I'm not quite sure why, but she obviously couldn't get to it, and nobody on her team stepped in and took the second ball.
Paige Phillips, a tremendous setter in her time at North Carolina Central. 4th in school history, but holds the North Carolina Central Division I era record for assists at over 1,800 in 4 years for the Eagles. Then was an assistant at North Carolina Central before getting her first head coaching job here at Grambling starting last year. Her assistant Paige Shaw played some high major volleyball, Mississippi State and Kansas State. Ended up graduating in 2021, spent 2 years coaching in the AAU ranks before getting the call up to assist Paige Phillips at Grambling State. And I mentioned there's some recent bad blood between these two teams. It started back in the 2022 SWAC tournament when Grambling State had their best record since 2009, came in with 15 wins on the year, as that serve goes long from Hightower, as it's 6-2. Came in with a great record. They were the number 2 seed. Bethune-Cookman barely squeaked into the tournament, and then the Wildcats won in the first round. Anaya Brown with a fastball serve. Phillips hits it in system, but the block is there. Kenya Sykes.
The set was a little tight.
And the deficit has been halved to 6-3 for Grambling.
Good serve.
Hightower had to reach behind her head to play that one over. Price blocked it.
Yeah, good block.
The Wildcats side out. Anaya Brown goes to the bench. Here's Nola Hempel at the line with that patented floater serve. Another tip shot for Grambling State. Long push across. Simmons gets it through the block. And somehow Grambling State gets that to go down. Nobody knew who to attack that.
Yeah, there's 3 different people going for that ball, and they just kind of all stopped. Gotta call the ball.
Anna Zink comes in to serve.
Number 9, Zink serving for the Grambling Top State Tigers.
Do not expect this Grambling State team to go away. Zink, one of their better servers, it's off the tape and straight back over off the dig. And then squeezing it through the block is Essence Allen.
There's a pretty big hole in that block.
Remember, the first set was really close. No team led by more than 3 until right at the end when Bethune-Cookman pulled away to win. Again off the tape from Zink. And good cover from Zink on the dig as well. That time it's blocked. Covered by Bourne. Hempel right there. Davis pushed it across to Robinson. Off speed is good.
Smart play.
You can see when Robinson jumps to attack the ball, everybody on Grambling State just kind of tenses up and gets ready.
Yeah.
And then when she plays that short shot, they're not quite ready for it. And now Robinson back at the line. That ball behind Sykes. Couldn't get a good touch on it. Not a great swing either by Phillips. Sykes has another chance and gets it.
Yeah.
Correction, that's Allen.
Another hole in that block.
So after a quick start for the Cats in this set, Grambling State called a timeout. They've won 5 of the last 6 points. Close the gap to 8-6. Wildcats in system, but it's blocked. Davis, long run for Freeman. That one pops into the ceiling, and the Wildcats get the point.
Grambling State was in the net on that block.
Well, they weren't getting to that anyway, so
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. And now Riley Davis, the junior from San Antonio, goes back to serve.
Nice serve.
Zink, long run to get that one. Free ball. And again, every Wildcat collapsed on it. Communication not quite there, so Grambling State has a chance to attack this one, and they do. They go middle for Sykes. Sykes, last year at Grambling State, hit .234 with 89 kills from the middle. Played her first 2 collegiate seasons at Catawba College at the junior college level. Hempel back the other way and slides it down the front of Renaya Brown's shirt for the kill. Calendar back to the line now. Wildcats looking for a short afternoon here at Moore Gym. Calendar, that really short serve. This entire play is to the net, and it'll be a Grambling State point. Lauren Bourne went for that soft shot. Nobody was there to cover. Coach Williams looking at her right sides going, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Not too happy with that.
The other Brazilian, Leticia Correa, with the ace.
Great serve.
Correa, as I mentioned earlier, the former Daytona State player, has been in 4 colleges in 4 different years. Panola College, freshman year, Daytona State sophomore, Western New Mexico last year, and now Grambling State. Wildcats back on the board.
That was a good pass off of that tough serve.
And a big swing from Mecca Freeman. Freeman hasn't been great today. 4 kills, 3 errors. But got that one down. Again, confusion for Grambling State. But they get another chance. 2 blocks on the sequence for Hightower.
Nice.
She's feeling it today. Niara Hightower, 5 block assists and 2 solos. And the Wildcats lead 12-9. Long run for Correa, just pumps it straight up in the air. Wildcats do the same thing. Hightower just gets her fingertips to it.
Oh, what
a save as that ball almost goes out of play. Grambling has a chance for an attack. Oh, it's blocked off the off speed, and the Wildcats get a free ball. This would be a crazy point to win. It goes off the tape.
Oh no!
And Grambling State eventually gets it. The block from Renaya Brown.
I think that set was just a little bit too low. Nice hustle.
So after Grambling State has closed the gap, the Wildcats have not been able to get away again. Phillips. Big dig by Bourne, a perfect pass. This one has to go over. Standing hit by Phillips. Great dig by Riley Davis. Robinson, kaboom!
That'll get people fired up.
Sydney Poston take a bow on that dig.
A great dig followed by a great kill like that gets everybody fired up.
Hightower gets it over. Long run for Correa means it's a free ball for the Cats. Here they come, middle attack, big swing by CatEye Price.
Touch. Kind of like those blocks in the first game got everybody fired up. That play right there got everybody fired back up again.
Well, Jasmine Robinson is the kind of player that this team missed last year. It just didn't have someone who could hit like that.
Oh my goodness.
And Hightower now with the big dig, and she scrambles it through with the third touch. Allen in.
Block just wasn't quite together on that. She snuck it through.
Grambling State's going to that far pin pretty much every time they can choose where to go with it. Oh, nobody attacked it.
Yeah, you gotta track that ball.
Jasmine Robinson was right there and just missed it. And it's another ace for Grambling State. They're fourth on the afternoon. That time right to Robinson. Phillips blocks.
Smart
but it goes out of play. She tools it.
She did that totally on purpose. That was such a great play.
And you don't see that often at this level.
You should.
Yeah. It seems that everybody just wants to hit the ball hard. You don't have to.
No, you don't.
Wildcat lead back to 3. They haven't been able to get it to more than 3 ever since it was 5-0 and 6-1 at the beginning of this set. That means, well, that'll be more than 3 as Kenya Lucas fires that wide.
Yeah, she got underneath that ball for some reason.
The sets in this third set for Grambling State have not been as consistent as they have been the first two. That time it's better.
Yep.
And Kenya Lucas redeems herself by putting it right in the middle of the block.
That time Bethune-Cookman's block needed to come inside. The ball was set inside. You got to follow that ball. That's where the hitter's going to be.
Aubrey Paxton serving now, the native of Kansas. Off the tape. CatEye Price right there. Robinson, big swing, and she gets it through.
Good job handling that short serve.
Must be so disheartening for a blocker. You're in a perfect position, you make contact, and it just drops
Comes
right in front of you.
Yep. Got to get those hands across the net.
Robinson, deep serve, tight to the net with a set. Free ball for the Wildcats here. Hempel, back set. Simmons blocked, covered by Hempel. Davis to Simmons. Davis, another first contact, but it goes outside the pin. And as good as the liberos have been for the Wildcats today, that one just went astray.
Oh.
And the Tigers give it right back. It's the same issue that the Wildcats have had. The toss is just way too low and you can't get enough height on it. Here come the Tigers in system far side, and it's a perfect shot for Lauren Bourne.
It was a good pass. So Bethune's middle had to stay with her hitter just a tad bit longer than usual.
Lauren Bourne, former all-conference team member at Midwestern State, the Division II Lone Star Conference. And that one's out. Good leave by Phillips that time. Now it seems like it's flipped. The Wildcats couldn't get out of their own way on the service line the first two sets. Now it's Grambling's turn.
Number 4 pounder serving for BCU.
3 errors to 2 aces in the set for Grambling State. Pop straight up, Zink goes far side with it. Nice play by Hightower to block it over the net. Here come the Cats, back row attack Robinson, and she just plays it right into the hands of Renaya Brown.
I think that set was just a little low and a little too far into the 3-meter line. Couldn't quite get to it and take a swing at it. So I had to try and do that.
Grambling State stays in touching distance, 19-16. Yeah, that one went straight over.
No, that was a carry. She tried to save it, but she ended up carrying it. Better pass.
They fake the slide, go the other way, and the defense wasn't ready for it.
Oh. That was a great set. Much better pass on that, too.
Mecca Freeman now in the positives for kills today. The Wildcats back up by 3. Popped straight up. Correa to the middle. Popped up off the hand of Callender.
Another good save over there. Oh,
Oh,
no,
and
and then nobody called it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I thought Davis was going to get there, and Phillips called her off and then didn't end up hitting the ball. 20-18. Remember, Wildcats trying to close out this match. 3 sets to love. Hightower claws it over. And all sorts of miscommunication on Grambling State side. Lauren Bourne, I'm not sure that ball was meant for her, but she attacked it anyway and could only put it in the net.
But there wasn't anybody else around there.
A rare near pin attack for Grambling State. Robinson tries to respond. The block is there, covered by Phillips. Freeman with a free ball, dumped, and a double touch by Katal Price.
Yep.
That's Correa, the setter, getting aggressive there. We've seen that a couple times today. Benaya Brown, the Grambling State leader in service aces, trying to get them back in this 3rd set. Freeman's shot is covered. And a big swing and a miss for Kenya Lucas as they lead 22-19. Every time they serve this near pin, it doesn't look comfortable.
Yeah. That was, I didn't think that was a bad set. I'm not quite sure what happened.
I think Lucas just overran it.
Yeah.
So Nola Hempel trying to close this match out at 22-19. They go route 1 to Allen. Wildcats trying to respond. Correa, overpass. Put down by Katal. Final timeout called by Paige Phillips with her team down 23-19. Come be a part of BCU Athletics and support the CatEye Network. If you or your business is interested in partnering with us here on the CatEye Network, you can reach out to the Wildcats Athletic Communications Department at bcusportsinfo@cookman.edu. That's bcusportsinfo@cookman.edu. And there is no BC without you. Show your support for Bethune-Cookman Athletics by joining the Wildcat Champions Club today. Help us build a championship culture here at Bethune-Cookman. You can donate and join at cookman.scalefunder.com. That's cookman.scalefunder.com. And homecoming week, lots of energy on campus, lots of energy in this gym. No better time to join one of our NIL collectives. Maroon and Gold Collective is the big one. There's also the Wildcat Champions Club. Oh. Right now, Wildcat Volleyball looking like they might be champions to the end of this season. Playing as well as this program has in 20 years. And a chance to close out another 3-0 victory here on Sunday afternoon. Almost another ace for Hempel. That time it's squeezed through by Essence Allen. She's had a good game, but the rest of Grambling State has not responded in kind, hitting just .87 for the match. Essence Allen, 14 kills to lead all scores. But when the rest of your team, nobody else has more than 5.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard. But Grambling State's still in it, and their best server at the line, Anna Zink. The block is there.
Good coverage.
From the back row, Phillips. Diving save by Bourne. Allen again.
Bethune was in the net.
And it's 23-21. We've seen this before.
Yes, we
saw
have.
it on Friday where the Wildcats rallied down late in the set to take one. Two straight points for the Tigers, and now the Wildcat lead is just 23-21. Really tight to the net. Hempel actually plays it over. It's still alive though. Robinson with a diving save by Vorn goes all the way over. And nobody knew what was going on, and it lands on the Wildcat side of the net, and it's 23-22.
Yeah, that was just sloppy right from the start. You need to get a good pass right here.
This is the closest Grambling State has been in this set since it was 1-0.
Not used to seeing a lefty serve.
Nearly an ace. Robinson runs a long way.
Oh, that was a double contact.
Not called.
Oh my gosh, she hit it twice.
Robinson makes up for it.
She took care of it.
Says, I'll take matters into my own hands, and it's match point Bethune-Cookman.
That's unbelievable. That happened right in front of the second referee.
And you get to see Coach Williams is talking about it too. And both of us saw it up here.
Oh my goodness.
Wildcats with Jasmine Robinson at the line trying to close this one out. 24-22, set 3. Robinson, that's a good serve. Zink, back set middle, and that's a great tip shot.
Yeah.
Kenya Sykes keeps the Tigers in it.
Yeah. Get a good pass right here.
Essence Allen, who's been the player for Grambling State today, trying to keep the Tigers in it.
Good pass.
It goes far pin. It's Simmons. Allen raced to keep it alive. Bourne plays it over free ball. Wildcats looking for the end of the match, and it goes over the tape.
Oh no!
And the ref was playing with my emotions.
Yeah.
He initially called it for Bethune-Cookman and then changed his decision. It rolled over the tape and landed out of bounds, and we are going to overtime. Timeout, BCU. From 23-19 to 24-all, Grambling State keeps their hopes alive. And this, like last night, Bethune-Cookman, if this goes to a fourth set, you don't know where the mentality's going to be. You really want to close it out right here.
And you should.
Again, a really quick meeting for Grambling State in the huddle. Just about 10 seconds, and they're already back out ready to go. Jasmine Robinson has taken the kills lead for Bethune-Cookman. She's got 11. Elizabeth Phillips, 8. Mecca Freeman, 7. 4 kills in this set for Freeman. Jasmine Robinson also leads the team in digs with 17. The match lead is the libero for Grambling State, Dylan Hoskins, with 20 digs. Lauren Bourne has 17. Essence Allen, 14. And Allen's still at the service line as we start overtime here in set number 3.
Good pass.
Wildcats double contact, they called.
No, I think she was in the net.
Oh, so the Wildcats once again have match point. They go back set.
Nice
Great dig by Robinson. Phillips to try and close it out. Here come the Tigers. Great save by Phillips, or by Davis, excuse me. And then, it's still
got it up.
The Grambling State bench protests profusely, but the Wildcats have another chance to close this out. It's blocked. 25-all. And a sideline warning has been given to Grambling State as their bench was insistent that that one touched the floor in one of those great saves by the Wildcats. The Tigers won the point anyway. That's a great shot, and it's not going to come back over.
Good play.
Again, you don't need to hit it hard, and A.J. Simmons just touched it down the line. And the Wildcats, for the third time in the match, have match point.
Yep.
2 match points missed. What will the third one bring? And it's going to be almost an ace. Allen all the way over by the libero. Wildcats run the slide, and it's out of play. We're tied again. Mecca Freeman mistimed it. And it's 26-26. I was watching a match the other day, I think it was Rutgers, where it ended 32-30.
I've seen
one of
a
those
few
sets. Hightower blocked, and now it's set point for Grambling State for the first time in the match. Long run for Phillips. The dig by Hoskins. Blocked, covered. Allen from the back row. Wildcats a chance to tie it up. Phillips, great shot. I'm not sure if she meant that,
I don't think
but
she
it worked.
did. Nice paintbrush shot there.
27 all, and we play on in this marathon of a third set.
Free ball.
Almost a free ball. Phillips had to run a long way to get that one. And it's a free one back the other way, but that's a poor set. Here come the Cats, dumped, middle covered by Hoskins. Standing jump, Wildcats with another chance. Robinson.
Nice swing.
No, they got it over. I couldn't tell until the referee put up the hands. For the fourth time, it's match point. They try to dump it over. Hightower, wise to it. Robinson over the tape. Free ball. Here come the Cats looking to end this one. It's Robinson. It's a big swing, and it goes way out. And we're tied at 28.
Coach is giving her a little talk there.
I don't think she needed to hit that hard.
No,
I just think she needed to touch it over.
Yep. They were scrambling on the other side.
This time Robinson goes for the touch shot. Bad first contact. It goes up into the rafters. Allen to touch it over. Another free ball. There have been so many for Bethune-Cookman. Good paint shot for Hightower, and it's a fifth match point for BCU.
That was a really smart tip.
Fifth match point, 29-28.
Oh, no.
And another, a good tip shot and a good tip shot by Grambling. These two teams matching each other point for point.
Coach is not happy about that.
And nobody was covering the middle. They've brought in the sophomore Gianna Mora, who hasn't played much this year. She served that. $29 all. Allen.
Nice up.
Robinson. In on the line. Match point number 6. 30-29. I believe this is officially the longest set I've ever called. Allen. They just keep going to Allen.
Well, outside blocker for Bethune, no matter which one it is, they're just going way too far out on that set. They need to bring the block in.
30 all. We have had 60 combined points.
Yes, we have.
In this set. And it's still only set 3. Wildcats looking to close it out, but it's the lefty Anna Zink who has given the Wildcats all sorts of fits. Robinson blocked, 31-30. Second chance for a set point for Grambling State.
Gotta be smart.
And an ace. And Grambling State wins a marathon, 32-30. And we go to a fourth set for the first time for the Wildcats since last Friday.
Yeah.
They have won 2 straight matches, 3-0. This one goes to a fourth, and the Wildcats have only themselves to blame. They had 5 match points.
Yeah, absolutely. Gotta put them away when you got them down. Too many errors there in the last little bit of that match, of that set.
In the sets, Wildcats outkill the Tigers 20-17, 9 errors for BCU, 8 for Grambling State. Wildcats hit 167 in the third, Grambling 145. No aces, 1 error for the Wildcats in the third, 3 aces, 2 errors for the Tigers. But again, in a set like that where it really only takes 1 to get you over the line.
Well, and especially just even take the last 6 points of that set. How many of them were errors?
Yeah. In essence, Allen stepping up big time for Grambling State, up to 19 kills in 3 sets.
Yeah. The block for Bethune has to make an adjustment over on that side.
So we play on. We go to set 4 here on Saturday afternoon. I'm checking to see what Essence Allen's best kills in a match are this season. It is 21. She did it twice against Nichols in a victory on the 19th of last month. And then in the first match of the season, as they played at Alabama in Tuscaloosa, had 21 kills and hit 356. They lost to Alabama 3-2. It was a close match up in Tuscaloosa. So this Grambling State team can play. They haven't really shown it in SWAC play with losing 3 of their last 4.
He just showed it at the end of that last set.
And now with another set, and they're probably just going to set Allen every chance they get. She's probably going to set her best kills of the season right now.
Yeah, I would set her every time.
Essence Allen, the graduate student, spent 4 years at Texas A&M Commerce and helped them transition from Division II to Division I. 679 kills in 4 seasons with the TAMU Lions. And then earlier this season when Grambling State played at the Tulane Invitational, she made that tournament's all-tournament team. They played Louisiana Monroe, Tulane, and Mississippi State in that tournament, lost all 3 matches. But Essence Allen had double-digit kills in all 3. So we play on in set 4. Wildcats have to keep their heads here, and that's not a great way to start. As Alicia Callender doesn't even get it to the net. And for the first time in the match, Grambling State wins the first point of the set. Wildcats take it right back. Tip shot by Hightower.
Smart play.
Yara Hightower. 5 blocks on the day for her. Has taken her over 100 on the season. And if this match continues, you might get 300 for her career this afternoon. Only needed 10 coming into today. High towering set, Allen.
Hit the net. Oh,
they said it was
no
blocked.
touch on that.
So the Wildcats have to attack it. It'll be Hightower, and it's a mirror image of the shot she scored the first point on.
I I don't know. I'm not down there on the net, but that did not look like it got over the net.
Back set, one-on-one, and a kill. Far side for Bourne. They got one-on-one out there, and the attacker won. Oh, no, they gave it to the Wildcats.
No, the ball was out.
I thought it was in. My apologies. So it's 3-1 BCU. It's been a long weekend. So Renaya Brown tried that middle tip that Hightower played and hit in the net. 4-1 BCU. Very similar to the start they had in set number 3, where the Wildcats raced out to a 6-1 lead. But Grambling State eventually won it 32-30 after fighting off 5 Bethune-Cookman match points. Off the tape, and it rolls over. Another Hightower tip goes back over, punched back across by Robinson. And Allen, that time can only tip it. Robinson, big swing through the block.
Good swing that time.
Haven't seen enough of that from Robinson today.
No, just went high off hands.
Really, they've used Elizabeth Phillips as their primary hitter in this game. 44 attacks, as that's an ace.
That was a nice serve
for Elizabeth Phillips. Speaking of Elizabeth Phillips, she has the most swings for the Wildcats today with 44. Robinson at 38. And it's a timeout at 6-1 for Grambling State, exactly how it was in the previous set. I want to look at the total attacks for Grambling State. 51 for Allen. The next closest is Bourne at 34. Allen hitting .314, 19 kills on 51 swings, 3 errors.
Wow.
Just a fantastic game, but nobody else is playing offense for Grambling State. Nobody else has more than 4 kills, or 5 kills, excuse me, but
she's carrying the team right now.
It hasn't mattered.
No.
And a lot of teams in the SWAC are like that, where they have one big hitter and everybody else just kind of plays support. Southern was like that. Pine Bluff should have been like that, but their kills leader was out with an injury on Friday. You know, you see a team like, the only team that we've really played at home that has had that kind of balanced attack was Alabama State. I mean, Alabama A&M, the transfer from Edward Waters, got a majority of their swings. So, and the Wildcats have to know it's coming at this point.
Right.
But sometimes good offense just beats good defense.
Right. Sometimes you just can't stop a good hitter.
First of 2 timeouts called by Grambling State as the Wildcats have a 6-1 lead here in set 4. Good cover by Phillips. And off the hands, Mecca Freeman. But the Tigers keep it alive. Allen, good dig by Poston. Across it goes Robinson down the line. This has to go, and it does. Hightower blocked.
Yeah, they were just camped there waiting on that.
They went to the well one too many times on that middle attack.
As a setter, you got to take a quick peek and see where those blockers are. They're waiting for that one. Good serve.
And nobody can get to it. I thought Robinson was going to get to that.
Robinson needed to call the setter off and take that ball.
And this set has started exactly the same.
Yeah.
As the last set did. 6-1 Wildcats to 6-3. Phillips into the bench, scrambled over by the Wildcats. It's Allen, it is long.
Wow.
That was close to hitting the line.
Wow.
But the line judge right on it, called it out.
You have basically no block up against you because there's such a big hole in the block and you miss it.
Ooh, I just watched the replay of the CatEye Network. It looked into me, but Wildcats get the point. That one out for the touch.
They called a touch on that? Okay.
Yeah. Well, both the down ref and the linesman
but the
called the touch.
Down ref missed a double hit in the second game. So.
game of inches, game of millimeters this game.
Mm-hmm.
Here is Zink at the line again.
They're really struggling with her serve. She's a lefty. They're not used to seeing that. And on top of that, she's got a nice floater serve.
That was only the second ace for Zink, but she puts the Wildcats out of system so many times.
That was a good pass.
Hightower, or excuse me, Price barely squeezed it through. Dump. And unable to be covered. I see the idea from Essen Salin to try and go up and claw that back over, but you just didn't get a good touch on it. It's matches like this. I don't understand why volleyball is not more popular in the national mindset. Because how could you not be entertained by a match like this? Hempel long run sets Robinson off hands, covered by Hoskins. Free ball, barely floated over. They go slide, and it's blocked, and it's in.
She needed to do something else with that ball.
Yeah, Grambling State has figured out this Wildcat attack, and they have started to really lean into that block. Eight blocks for Grambling State in that last set, already 2 in this one. That time the Wildcats will pick up a point.
That was a nice play.
In the match, Wildcats 12 total blocks, Grambling State 11. The Wildcats at one point led that category 8-3. There's a solo block. Elizabeth Phillips with the rejection. Phillips not the biggest, just 5'10".
Yeah, but she did a nice job of getting in front of that hitter, getting her hands across the net.
Pushed all the way across Bourne, and it was deflected through the block, and Nola Hempel couldn't save it.
Got to get those hands across the net.
As these teams continue to go back and forth. Dylan Hoskins serving, the Houston, Texas native, sophomore transfer from Texas Tech. Long run for Hempel. Robinson will play it from the back row. A nice diving save. Wildcats just play it over with the second contact. Off the tape, Hempel. Long run for Davis. Wildcats still scrambling for all they're worth, and a block! It's still alive, though. Somehow gotten over by Grambling State. Pushed across. Phillips saved by Bourne, and Bourne gives a free ball back to the Cats. Way up into the rafters. Where's it coming down? It's coming down into the scorer's table.
Wow.
And Lauren Bourne could not save it, and looked like she cracked her head on the table, too.
Yeah.
I hope she is all right.
Yeah, she ran into that table pretty hard.
And the coach is out, and the athletic trainer will come out to talk to Lauren Bourne. You gotta if you search hard enough on YouTube, you can find clips of players running over tables and jumping over fans. The ball's never truly out of play. But a scary moment here as the graduate student Lauren Bourne, trying to chase a ball that went up into the ceiling, ran into the scorer's table. And just like on Friday night, the Wildcats opposition playing down a fair number of players. 6 players inactive for Grambling State today.
You just hate to see that.
She'll stay in the match.
Yeah.
So you're going to tough it out. Wildcats lead it 11-7 in the fourth after they got 5 set points in the third and could not close it out. Hempel outside the antenna. Remember, the Wildcats need this win to potentially stay a half game ahead of Jackson State for second place in the conference. They're 8-2, Jackson State 7-2. Overpass. Joust at the net. Tapped over by Hightower. And that's in. Great roll shot by Lauren Bourne, who
letting him back in.
Seemingly has recovered from running into the scorer's table. And from 11-7, it's now 11-9. And that one into the net. Leticia Correa couldn't get that one across. Correa has that serve where she just stands in place and tosses it up to herself. No forward momentum on it.
Yeah.
Wildcats this year don't really have any of those big, powerful overhand serves. That one off hands and out. Big swing by Bourne again. And now she'll go back to serve. With the Wildcat lead just 2.
Just keep siding out. Don't let them get any points off their serve.
Bourne, the Cy-Fair High School product in Texas. Slide with the middle,
Nice
in.
play.
That's the first time I think we've seen Hightower the recipient of a play like that. And the Wildcats in general don't utilize the slide as much as they did last year. Popped straight up by Hoskins. Robinson. That's a smart shot.
Yes.
Right down the line.
That's a good set.
Wildcat lead up to 4. The Wildcats do not want to let this get to 5. That's a big old middle attack, but a great dig. Sydney Poston keeps it alive, but the Tigers have another chance. Tipped, big dive, Hightower doesn't get it over the net. Phillips has to play it to the middle. Tip back row, Phillips pops it up, dumped, and a tip from Brown took it away from the libero.
Long rally like that, that was a smart play. Took a peek over there and saw that they were all running back to get back on defense.
Give a half point on that one to Sydney Poston for that incredible dig off the Allen swing. Here's Allen. That time the block slowed it down. Long run for Hempel. Robinson barely touched it over. That set was a little too far in front of her. Bourne from the back row. Long run for Poston. She sets it up, and it's blocked by Brown. As they credit Brown with a solo block, that'll only be the second solo block of the afternoon for Grambling State, and Brown has both of them. Robinson, that set was well behind her, but she did get a good swing on it. Hightower pops it over, and Grambling State can't recover. I think we're seeing the veteran leadership of Miara Hightower in this set. Taking command, says, I've been here longer than anybody.
Yeah.
Just played a couple of crafty tip shots, keeping the middles honest. You can't just set up for a big block. Back set across. Price and Robinson got a piece of that. Free ball for the Cats. Here they come. Across to Robinson. Tipped all the way beyond the court. And blocked. Kate Hall Price will get credit for that one. And that's so tough as an outside hitter, right? When your set is from an unconventional place all the way from behind the court.
Yeah.
And the Wildcats have used a nice run, a 6-1 run right now to take a 17-11 lead. The dump is failed by Correa, and if it had gotten over, the Wildcats were not ready for it. There was nobody there. And a timeout called by Grambling State, the last one available to Paige Phillips. Remember, she called one at 6-1, but she has used her timeouts well.
Yes,
remember, they were down 23-19 in the last set. She used a timeout, and Grambling State came all the way back to win. So Wildcats just have to keep their composure now. They've got their largest lead of the match, 7 points, 18 to 11. And it almost feels like, if I'm not too premature in this analysis, that Grambling State used all their energy to get over the line in set 3.
Could have, yeah, absolutely.
But still.
But Bethune needs to keep the pressure on them, especially after this timeout. Try and win this point after the timeout, and I think then you can go on a roll. Don't let them call a timeout, get the side out, get a point. Get the point right here after the side out.
Four kills in this set from Niara Hightower, 3 for Jasmine Robinson. And your 2 senior leaders at the net have led the charge.
They have.
And I have noticed that they've gone from setting Phillips primarily to setting Robinson, which has got you where you've gone all season.
Yeah.
I know that Phillips has been the hot hand, but oh no.
Oh no. What did I just say?
Yeah. Put the pressure on. Well, that takes a lot of pressure off.
That just gives them.
Hightower comes out.
You're not putting any pressure on them to get a side out. You're giving them the point and the serve.
But to finish my point, I know Elizabeth Phillips has been the hot hand the last 4 games, but at some point, you got to dance with the one that brought you there.
Yep.
That's a great kill. Just when I said they shouldn't send anybody but Robinson, they go to Mecca Freeman, and she rewards him. And Mecca has been kind of inconsistent both today and all season, 7 kills, 5 errors.
Yeah. But that was a big one.
And on the year, she's only hitting 164. The Wildcats quickly racing towards that match win, but they got to get to 25. Robinson. That's a big swing, dug out by Hoskins. Blocked, and a touch takes it out of bounds.
Big block there.
Yeah, I don't think Kai Williams wanted to hit that, because it looked like off the block that was going out. But it's a point to the Wildcats. It's 20 to 12. Middle. That ricochets off Price and out of bounds. There was some venom in that swing by Lucas.
There was. Yeah, coach telling them, get your hands across the net.
Essence Allen with the serve, and it's an ace. And Robinson thought Hempel was going to get that. Hempel thought Robinson was going to get that, and in the end, nobody got it.
Yeah. No, well, when you're the setter, you gotta clear out faster than that.
20 to 14. Grambling trying to keep in this one. Hempel, and it's only played across tamely by the libero. Bourne, big swing, and it's a 2-point run for Grambling. 20 to 15. Oh, sorry, 3-point run.
Yep.
Because it was 20 to 12 originally before the Hightower service error. Robinson tight to the net and off the hands. Grambling State keeps it alive off the swing by Freeman. Tipped over the block. They're going to go back to Robinson here, near side, blocked, but the coverage is there. This one's got to go over from Phillips, and it does. Bourne, that one behind her head, didn't get much venom on that one. Dumped, middle, played back over by Lucas. Back row attack. Fought off in the back row. And that one is well wide into the VCU bench by Kenna Sykes.
That set was inside, and she just
went more inside.
Yeah. Those are hard on that side when you're a right-handed player on that right side and the ball's set that far inside.
Good serve by Robinson. Dumped. Price covers it. Free ball for the Cats. Middle attack. Price, oh, that's out.
That's when her little cross body shot over to the right back position would have been great.
So once again, here come the Tigers from 20 to 12 down to 21-16.
Just get a side out right here.
Wildcats in system. Phillips off hands, a beautiful shot. Wildcats 3 points away. Wiley Davis to the back corner. Back set.
Good
Covered
dig.
by Robinson. Phillips.
Oh, smart play.
With the tip. And
Smart
Elizabeth
play.
Phillips. We were saying how they shouldn't set her, they should go to Robinson. Well, she's got the last 2 points for the Wildcats to put them on 23.
That's just such a smart play. You have somebody back there on defense who's not very mobile. Tip the ball.
Right to the middle. Nice coverage by A.J. Simmons, and it's Phillips. Gets her own block. Oh, she tipped it over again.
How does that go down? I mean,
Well,
I'm glad it did, but
Lauren,
I'm just saying.
Lauren Bourne was out of position, and
Yeah.
she couldn't get there. And the Wildcats, on 3 straight kills by Elizabeth Phillips, are on match point for the 7th time in the match. They had 6 last set. Back row, and well, they go back to Essence Allen.
That was a nice hit.
And the Wildcats really have had no answer for her. 20 kills on 64 attacks for Essence Allen. But again, nobody on Grambling State more than 7 kills. Kai Williams has 7.
Get a side out. You win the match right here.
Robinson just
Oh, miscommunication there.
didn't really get good contact on that either. Kind of ate her up
Yeah.
inside on the elbows. And it's 24-18. This time Robinson plays a better pass. And Elizabeth Phillips ends the match. 4 straight kills by Elizabeth Phillips. And the Wildcats win it. This one belongs to the maroon and gold. Well, the third set was a wild one. Grambling State took it 32-30, but the Wildcats won a couple of other close ones. 25-23 in the first, 25-18 in the second, and 25-18 in the third. The Wildcats have now run 6 straight and continue to be in second place in the SWAC before a big weekend on the road in Alabama next week.
Yeah, this was a big weekend at home to go ahead and defend your home court. Get ready for those away matches.
And I want to ask, like, what changed third set to fourth set? Because third set, the Wildcats looked like they had it in control and then let it slip away. Fourth set, the Wildcats looked like they were in control, almost had it slip away, but again, rallied to finish it off.
Well, I think part of the thing that they did different in this fourth set was I thought they served a little bit tougher in this set. And they didn't make as many hitting errors either. They had much better offense that time.
Your fourth set team stats, Wildcats win at 25-18, 15 kills to 8. 8 attack errors by Grambling State, just 4 for the Wildcats, to your point, in this last set. The Wildcats hit 262-0 for the Grambling State Tigers. 1 ace to 4 in the set for the Wildcats. Tigers lead that one 2 errors to 1, and Wildcats made more service errors in the match, but they do end up taking it. In the entire match, Bethune-Cookman 61 kills to Grambling State's 46. Only made 22 errors to Grambling State's 29. They hit 200 for the match, the Wildcats. The Tigers just .92. 59 assists for the Wildcats, 45 for Grambling State. 11 aces for Grambling State, 7 for VCU. 10 service errors for the Wildcats, 6 for Grambling State. That continues to be their main bugaboo. You got to put the ball in play if you want a chance to win these points.
Absolutely. That makes a big difference.
Wildcats go 15 total blocks on the match, getting back to what they do best. Grambling with 12 blocks, 97 digs for the Cats, 98 for Grambling State. Some individual numbers for you. For Bethune-Cookman, Elizabeth Phillips and Jasmine Robinson both had 15 kills. Phillips hit 216 on 51 swings with 4 errors. Robinson hit 213 on 47 swings with 5 errors. Niara Hightower also had 10 kills to lead the Wildcats. On the Grambling State side on offense, it was all Essence Allen. 21 kills on 64 swings, 6 errors. She had 234. Nobody else had more than 9. Lauren Bourne had 9. Kai Williams had 7, and then nobody else had more than 4.
Wow.
So one-woman army for Grambling State,
Yeah.
and just couldn't get it done. On defense, the Wildcats, again, 15 total blocks. 2 solos for Niara Hightower and 7 assists. 1 solo for Price with 4 assists. 6 assists for Freeman. 3 for Simmons. 2 for Robinson. On the Grambling State side, 1 solo for Brown. 6 assists for Sykes. 5 for Brown and Allen. 2 for Lucas, Williams, and Bourne. Once again, your final score: Bethune-Cookman 3, Grambling State 1 on set scores of 25-23, 25-18, 32-30 in the big. It's almost wild to say that in the third set for Grambling State as they fought off 5 Bethune-Cookman match points.
They did.
And the Wildcats took it 25-18. Is there going to be any thought lingering in the mind of these Wildcats they could have gotten out of here about an hour earlier?
I don't think so, because I think they're going to take the fact that they won, and 25-18, that's by quite a bit. But, you know, I'm sure they'll have a little talk about it at practice on Monday.
For Cheryl Carlson and our entire student-produced and run Wildcat crew here on the CatEye Network, my name is Michael Torello. Thank you so much for listening and spending your Sunday afternoon with us. We'll be back on the CatEye Network next Saturday as football has a home game against Grambling State. And the next time you'll hear us for a volleyball game is the 8th of November against Florida A&M. Till then, we'll see you next time. Hail Wildcats.